I don't know about you, but managing social media is a total headache. I'd rather be building things. So let's do what engineers do best and build our way out of it. In this episode, we're creating a social media manager front end powered by Ayrshare, the API that connects all your social platforms in one spot. By the end of this episode, we'll spin up our app, set up login, connect our socials, and make our first post to LinkedIn. Let's fire it up and get to work. Here we are on Replit as we usually do, and I'm going to copy and paste my prompt that I've put together off screen, and we're going to be building a social media manager app called Social Streamline. We'll be using the Ayrshare API as seen here with a URL to make posts, upload videos, images, schedule posts, have a content calendar, manage the user's social accounts, the user's social messages, users' social comments, and get analytics on various posts, channels, and pages. The site should have a classic order on the left side navigation bar and with various pages that you can select and navigate to. I'm going to improve that prompt. I probably could have written that last sentence better. Let's see what it puts together here. And this is going to be the start of quite the journey. This video might be short at first, but this series is going to go on for a while because I found out that I do not like doing social media management. It ate up a lot of my time last week. So I want to put together a manager that I can use and that I can have my friends use and then also eventually use as a SaaS that will play into our content generation videos that we have been making before. And I will continue to add on to the functionality of this app. So here it improved our prompt. We have a core features here, create schedule posts across social media platforms, interactive calendar. Yep, I like this. This is looking good. Let's go ahead and start it. It's going to take a while for this to kind of crunch through and give us an initial prototype, and then we will see where we leave off. Okay, so it came up with a little bit of a plan here about building out the features. I typically go with start with a design when it usually gives me these options, but because this is more of an application and not a game like we've done in the past, I think I'm actually going to go with build the entire app, since that should flesh out more of the pages a little bit more and give us something more to work with, and then we'll iterate on adding in the actual API functionality after that. So let's start building on the rest of these features that it's proposing. Okay, so it's asking me for my Ayrshare API key. So I'm going to go over to Ayrshare and get that. If we look at your Ayrshare plan, you should be able to get that under your API key. We're going to blur this out, obviously, because it's my API key, but we're going to hit copy and we're going to go back to Replit. We're going to paste it in here, hit continue. So it should add that to my secrets. And it did. That's great. And the AI should know about that. So it's going to finish building out the page because it does not have a preview yet. Oh, wait a minute. Looks like it could be doing something. Oh, we got a 404 now found. It's still building over here, so we'll come back to this. Okay, I stepped away for a good amount of time. It is now day 2, and I'm checking out the latest build that Replit has done. And I'm on a smaller monitor here, so you're not really able to see everything that effectively because we got these proposed tasks, and then we have the actual program here on the right, and it's looking great. So we've got a good dashboard here. It's a little bit crunched due to the resolution of my monitor here. I've just got like 20-inch monitors here, so stuff gets a little bit crunched on here. But like this scroll bar wouldn't be here if it on a probably normal size monitor, so you wouldn't have this on here. And it also has a lot of connected accounts, which are fake right now, so we'll work on that functionality here soon. But we got our composer. This is looking really nice. This is some really nice UI to get your posts composed and what platforms you want and what content you want to do. So this is great. And then we got a media drop, so that's nice. And let's move over to the calendar. Got a nice calendar component here. I can kind of envision a lot of icons here for the various social networks that you want to post to. So we'll work on that functionality either in this episode or another one. Probably won't get to analytics in this episode, but I like that. Inbox, so this would be for like all the messages that you get on the various platforms and you can manage them here. Again, probably won't get to that in this episode, but I definitely want to get that done at some point. Our connected social accounts, this is a really nice dashboard. This is all fake right now, so we're going to actually connect up our user accounts here really soon. But let's work on actually logging in an account. So instead of it saying social manager, we want to say our name. We're not going to worry about the settings with the settings gear right now. But yeah, I really like what it's done so far. So it has some proposed tasks here for to continue building. We're not going to go with these we're going to dismiss that. Those were some nice tasks, but they're really not what we're looking for right now. We're really just trying to get the baseline of the application. So login, posting content, scheduling content. That's really what I want to focus on next, because this is for me first, to be perfectly honest. I'm going to be building out some features on this thing that I have not seen on any social media manager, and I went and studied a bunch of them, a lot of the big ones. So I wanted to get some personal features in there for personal social media management done first. So let's work on login next. Let's use Replit auth, and for some reason the page refreshed, and I don't know why. So you can also, and I've done this in another episode too, you can actually do this auth and it's not configured. Click to set up with agent and log into your app with Replit. I think this would work, this prompt, but I know this just gives you a really simple prompt. Send message in current chat. So it just does add Replit auth to my app. So maybe it would have figured that out with my own personal prompt, but let's just go with what Replit is expecting. Maybe they're looking for particular strings here to prompt it. So let's see what it comes up with, and we'll come back when it is all done. Okay, so it's done doing that. And in classic Replit form, it kind of did a little bit more than we asked it to. Try and scroll up here in the history. Oh, wait, it's doing that whole QA Replit or QA thing again. Okay, app testing. Yep, turning that off. No, thank you. I don't want to pay for extra costs with that right now. It's nice that they put that in there, but it's kind of pricey. So what it is you can hit this replay and it actually does some kind of robo testing. Well, at least it's supposed to. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the first slide, it wasn't doing anything. And the second slide, it is actually clicking getting started, and it just hits a problem right away. See, that's why I don't like that. I don't want to pay for extra costs with that. So it did an authentication flow. It added a database, which was great. That's what we wanted it to do. You need a database in order to do users. So we got our users table, social account sessions post. Awesome. So it kind of got that going for us. Got our API routes. So this is on our server side. Did a little bit of front end updates. So when we come to the page, it has this kind of welcome page, be able to get started, learn more. This is great. And even has some features that it lists out. And we will probably be adapting this, obviously, as we keep on adding features. But this is really nice that it does this for us. 2024. Interesting. Okay, so it's telling me how to test everything. That's good. But let's go to login. And this is the kind of Replit login. It's a little bit scary. I wish it was just a little bit nicer. I've said that in previous episodes. But if we hit login, it kind of takes us to, what it would take us to is there would be more options. Google, Apple, Facebook, like there is other login options under Replit. So it only looks like that because obviously I'm already a Replit user. So it just has, hey, do you want to log in using Replit, and then log into your app. So if we go to our database, we go to all databases. I just kind of did that to refresh it. And we go to users. We will see that there is now a user. There is me. That's great. Created for email, first name, last name. So it pulls all that from my Replit profile, which is great. But for other users, it would be a more of a standard flow of what you kind of see on these applications. So the flow that you see here wouldn't be what other users would have. So what else did it say it did here? Because we haven't wired anything up yet. So we're going to do composing here pretty soon. And what we really need to do is wire up our account to the application, and we do that via Ayrshare, which we already gave it the secret here. Oh, it gave me the database secrets here too. So this is really nice. So all of these is part of the database. That's really nice, and kind of gives us that in case we want to kind of connect to it remotely, and also with our API routes. So it kind of keeps it more secure that way. So we need to connect with our social accounts. So we should choose one of these platforms and kind of go with it. So I have my LinkedIn content generator. I'm probably going to add in Ayrshare posting into that separately, because this is kind of a holistic social media manager with all platforms, but I will probably add in LinkedIn login and connecting through Ayrshare as a separate episode. But I want to connect LinkedIn to my profile using Ayrshare. Please build out that, get this right, functionality. Let's see when I click connect on the accounts page. And we actually want to not have any of this kind of temporary data on here. So we want to clean that up. Make it so the accounts page is I don't know, cleared out when we enter it if we don't have a social account wired up. Call it that, see if that goes. And we'll check back and see how that ends up. So it's done working, and the thing is it's kind of a disappointment because you're not able to just connect your account via Ayrshare, and that is because of the free tier. You're not really able to use the API in that way to kind of, have user profiles. You're only allowed one user profile. So we're going to actually get the primary profile, which is what we have here on our account, and so this is the primary profile is my plan here. So we're actually going to tell Replit that, hey, go get the primary user profile. So this is a prompt I did in a notepad and then kind of pasted everything together here. So we have a bit of example code to get that user profile via this page. So I just kind of copy and paste this in a separate file, and then just to kind of organize my thoughts and get that put together here. And then we actually have an example here, which again is from this page over on this side here. So we grabbed that, we copied that and copied the JavaScript, which is great. And then we put that together in our prompt here, and I'm going to have it go and get the primary profile because it's still kind of holding on to this temporary UI data, because this is all fake and we don't want that anymore. So let's send this in and see how that turns out. So we're getting our user data back now, and we can do that under the accounts page. And here we have my connected social account, which is my LinkedIn account. I should probably have the logo on there, so I'll go back and change that. But we're actually not able to use the get user profile call. That is a premium call. I asked ChatGPT about that. So it's good to just kind of check up on these things, because I was getting a 403 forbidden error. So that's why I was getting that. So I will have to upgrade to the premium account, which is understandable. You got to have those premium features. So it is a bit pricey, but since we want to build this out to be a SaaS to sell to other people, it's understandable that you need to do that. But for right now, we'll stay on the free tier, kind of do some of this basic functionality and really just kind of test it out on our application. So I sent that in to Replit let me try to grab the scroll bar. There we go. And we are just going to be doing the post API. So if we go to our composer, it refreshed. So if we go to our compose page, we should be able to do that once the agent is all done. So we have that rocking and rolling, and we are getting our account now. And so that's great. So we're getting that piece of functionality, and we will check on the composer next when it's all done. Okay, it looks like the compose is done here. The composer page is done here, and the change has been made. I did a few things off camera. I added a URL field for a public image. So we got a game monument image here. Reason why I did that is looking at the API a little bit closer. You can upload an image or video if you're on the premium or business or enterprise plans, and it says publish single images. So typically what that means is you have to give it a URL. So I added this field for that, and I'm using my LinkedIn content post generator that is done in another video. So I use that as a little handy tool to generate some content. I would like to have this be an all-in-one tool eventually, and it would just have that tool within this post content box here, and then we could edit it here and add other letters. To do that, we're going to leave it alone for right now. This is just a test post, but I just didn't want to test garbage since this really is going to my LinkedIn profile. But the LinkedIn delete functionality is actually very good for posts. It spider webs out, and even if there's comments or reactions or whatever, it gets rid of everything and all of the other people's notifications. So we selected LinkedIn, did post content here, we added an image URL. We can't do scheduling with the free tier, but that UI was just here. Let's hit post now. Let's see what happens. Let's open up the server logs. I mean, that looks good so far, but hold on, let me scroll up. 304 here. Oh wait, that's part of the user. Oof, man, this is not action. So it looks like okay, bad request. Here we go. Man, it took me a while to really just kind of parse all this. Okay, so I don't believe that worked. If for some reason it took me to the dashboard, I don't think I clicked on anything. Let's go to LinkedIn. Let's go to me here. Let's just confirm that it didn't get posted. Does not look like it. It would be here under my posts. My most recent posts here had a video post here. Auto posted here a couple hours ago. Yep, doesn't look like it did. So, but we'll keep that open, and I'm going to dig into why this happened and come back with that answer. So as I looked at the error there closely and looked at the image, it definitely should be publicly available. So I'm really surprised that Ayrshare is having trouble with that. And to be honest, I don't really want to troubleshoot that too much because I am going to do the media drop, and I am going to get the premium plan here so I can actually build out the functionality that I want. But just for this video, we're just dealing with the free functionality. So I'm not going to troubleshoot this anymore, even though the error is just like, hey, I can't access the image, but it totally should. So I'm not really sure what its problem is with this, but since we're going to be, what's up here? The user agent error accessing the media, please verify the media URL is accessible, allows remote access. I mean, I guess it depends. That is read access. So I don't know what it's trying to do, but I would think it would pull it down, and then I think it wants to watermark the image because this is the free plan. But anyways, don't really think we need to troubleshoot that too much. So we're going to do LinkedIn, post content. We're going to do post now without the URL field. Let's see if this works. What we have functionally so far. Let's see what happens here. If it even looks at the URL field. I'm seeing an error here. It's still talking about media. May need some additional logic to check and make sure that wait a minute, what is this? Oh, it took me back to the dashboard again. I was like, oh, what is that? So yeah, cleared out my composer. May need some extra logic here, but let's check my LinkedIn. Well, there we go. Sent with free plan. So there we go. It did work. That's cool. So we got a post coming in. We could put that in our LinkedIn post generator. Obviously, I don't like that sent with free plan. You could hackety schmackety. Oh, wait. Oh, no, there we go. We can hackety this. I thought for a second there, but no, it was just scroll down because LinkedIn's got terrible UI. And I could hit save. I could, let's see, can I edit the post? And then, nope, I can't put in an image. Putting in images is really nice. So we're going to take this post. We're going to delete it, kill that. We just wanted to see it working, but that's pretty sweet to at least have some base functionality here in our social media manager tool that we can then expand upon and do a lot more with it. Image URL thing's a bit of a bummer, but I think we're going to get the file drop working in a future episode. Well, that went pretty well. We hit a few snags, but I think the choice is clear. We need to upgrade our plan, keep building, and adding features. In the next episode, we will continue adding to the functionality, like scheduling posts and adding title and description to videos for various social media channels. I have other advanced features in mind, but let's take it one step at a time. You see, that's the power of these tools. No longer do we have to subscribe to software. We can build it ourselves, and it truly is empowering. See you in the next one.